It's like, come on, gain some muscle mass, girl. Eat something. Look, it's fine if you're flat-chested, but don't be a twig. People can snap you over their spine.
Hello and welcome everybody to the AWKWARDCast.
No!
Yes, this is how we are.
That makes me sound like a douchebag.
The truth comes out. Satan's true colors.
We were talking. Okay, we're talking about a fictional character. If you are genetically dispositioned to be a twig, I don't hate you, okay?
We're talking about wrestling children.
No, this is
snap them.
There.
Snap them like twigs.
She also, this picture is not working in her favor. She is very, very pale and glowy eyes. I don't know.
Get that filth off of the screen.
She looks a bit sickly.
In this, yeah, that's a good point. In this, she looks very sick. But here she has, except for being very tiny, where's the goddamn video? There. I mean, in this video,
why is this how we're starting the?
I don't.
Our special.
We gotta get to the bottom of this.
Today, our fictional character, our guest is the character of Jinx from League of Legends, because that's the most important.
Look at her ride that missile.
Yeah. This is also. Yeah, riding
music video. You never get a clear shot of her.
That's a problem. I just realized. Yeah, we don't see her too clearly. There's a clear shot.
I mean, I guess in her game model, she's not completely sickly, but how people draw her.
Also, look at this happy smile in front of a falling apart city.
What a sickly child smile like that.
Anyways, welcome to the AWKWARDCast. ANY and Keyframe wonder about random dribble, and today with us, Dan.
Hello, I'm here.
Hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan. For everybody. Yes, you did. For everybody who has no clue who you are, please tell the audience, who are you, what do you do, and why should people care?
I'm Dan. I do art and animation for Jesse Cox. So if you know him, or if you've seen his channel, or if you've listened to the podcast or anything like that, I do Cox and Crendor Animated, and I just draw stuff for his channel, so you've probably seen it. If you've seen Jesse, you've probably seen something that I've drawn.
If you subscribe to Jesse on Twitch, you have all these lovely emotes that were probably drawn by Dan.
I draw a lot of emotes.
We see emotes in the chat right now. Those should be yours, shouldn't it? All of them?
Look at them.
Yeah, look at. Okay, people, give us all the emotes. But look at
all the chicken.
Where are those Crendor emotes? I also do emotes for Crendor. I'm taking matters into my own hands.
You sound like Crendor.
I'm taking matters into my own hands.
If this is a compliment, there we have them, all of them. But yeah, if this is a compliment that it sounds like Crendor, I guess it's up to you to decide for yourself. Ooh, it's another Florida man.
Anyways. Dan, how has life been? Do you have any funny anecdotes about how life has been treating you? Have you been encapsulated by flames, fellow Californian?
Flames. Oh, are you also in California?
Yeah, I'm in Lancaster.
Oh, I know where that is.
Is that sarcastic or genuine? Are you my neighbor?
I don't know where that is.
Okay. One of you knock against the wall and the other one listen if they can hear it. Of course, both.
Oh my god! Let's ditch the podcast to get lunch.
Wait, what? No!
Bye.
But no, how has life been treating you?
Pretty good. I've just been busy as usual, working on animation, doing art stuff. Jesse usually keeps me pretty busy.
You're breaking. But you're doing this basically full time at this point, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I do art stuff full time.
By the way, out of curiosity, because I thought about this the other day, how did this start? Just as a fan animation, and then Jesse was like, "Dude, I want to have your stuff all the time," or
that's exactly
nice.
You just saved me the explanation.
I was just guessing.
Especially the snap pointing.
The snap. I mean, we do say that Max is like if Jesse got like super thin and older.
Wait, I never find the picture when I need it.
But never mind. So like, besides doing animation art stuff, anything been going on? Or have you been just locked in your room animating?
I've been going out doing stuff, but nothing interesting. Just food. Food. Adventures. Good food.
Look, oh my god, they do look like they're related, right?
Yeah, this is brothers, two lost brothers, right?
Two lost brothers. Look at can you grow a beard? Can you grow an orange beard?
Well, I actually have a ginger beard, that's the thing.
He's just cleaned it up a bit.
I am half ginger, so...
Oh. Brothers.
Half brothers, I guess.
You look like the grown-up Harry Potter in that play.
I had this comparison too, indeed, and it's probably not visible in this light, but I actually do. I have a scar on my forehead. Can I make this?
Do.
No, I cannot.
No, you're just making yourself look white. No, now you're just dark and sad, like usual.
We've entered the shadow realm.
There's no middle way. Either I have full light or no light. But yeah, there is a scar. Believe me, I have a scar. Thank you. Great, now I'm Harry Potter.
I can affirm. Well, okay, you're either Harry Potter or you're the main character in Rent.
Anyways, you guys keep talking. A second, I will be back in a second.
Are you
okay? Bye. You want to go? He's gonna go accentuate the scar with some makeup.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. He's not usually this ADD. I don't know why.
The chair is spinning into frames.
Well, okay, our special guest on the Key and Dan podcast is Chair.
Hello, Chair.
Hello, Chair.
How are you guys doing today?
Is that the voice
pretty
of
good.
the Chair?
Oh, it's pretty good. Life's pretty good when you're a chair. Oh, I want to know.
I said help her. He's always sitting on me. Oh,
because if anything, I would be Slytherin.
Did you change your shirt and put on a cape?
Maybe.
You are that's the shirt he got from Universal Harry Potter. You're such a cringe lord sometimes, Max. Come on.
Why?
Also, you sat on our guest chair. How dare you? Anyways.
Wait, what?
How is your week? How has your week been, Maximilian? What has been going on in the German life?
Disturbingly little as always. Where's my L? I mean, there has been so little stuff going on that I didn't even go shopping this week. Not even the normal stuff happens, which is kind of bad because now I need to kind of go shopping after work tomorrow or something because otherwise I will just hunger.
People at the grocers are like, wait,
where is he?
Where's that? You think he died? Oh no. Who's going to buy your gross ice cream now?
You think he died?
I have an
Thank God.
Just for the record, I have an amazing taste in ice cream. I'm just very very into experimental stuff. Anyways,
what do you usually get? I'm into experimental underground ice creams.
No, actually,
he usually just gets gross fruit flavors that have no flavor and just taste like you're eating mush.
Excuse me. The lemon sorbet that I have in my fridge sometimes is very tasty. Thank you very much. No, besides
you
that...
sound so defeated.
It's very tasty. I swear.
But it is. Oops, sorry. But it is. No, anyways. The only thing that really happened this week was Friday evening we had a little bit of a get-together at the company, which had a turnout from a dozen people or so. But yeah, even from there, I don't have too much to tell because it was rather small group. It was rather civilized and
it was civilized. As such, nothing happened.
Yeah, we sometimes when more people from the company are there and more alcohol gets consumed, stuff is not necessarily civilized. But yeah, it was. And I spent basically the entire evening just talking to one dude who told me about his vacation in Thailand, which was pretty amazing and interesting. But at the end of the day, if the best I could do would give you a second-hand report and without the pictures he had on his phone. So yeah, I spent Friday evening.
The one-man Thai show.
Yeah, exactly. So that sounds very intriguing to share.
You spent your Friday evening vicariously experiencing another man's vacation.
Well,
oh my god!
Thank you for providing a very interesting weekly segment.
I know, but yeah, and besides that, what I managed, besides not making it to the shopping place yesterday, I made it to the cinema for my media today. More on this later.
I really wait.
Yes.
Unrelated question: has Wreck-It Ralph 2 come out in Germany yet?
Yes.
No. It has
Okay.
not.
Okay, good.
We should not have a conflict with our media because you told me what you were watching, and I actually watched something else. No, but the fun thing is, I went to the late screening, like 10:15, so quarter to 11 p.m. So really like dark and whatnot. And for people who follow me on Twitter, you know that I usually post myself in front of a picture of the movie on Twitter, being like, hey, watching movie.
Was that the reason you didn't?
I didn't because the posters are illuminated from the back, and I stood in front of it with my phone, and I'm like...
just a black blob?
Just a white blob.
Oh.
I was illuminated properly, but the poster behind me was just a white blob. And in hindsight, I should have just posted it and been like, "I'm to the cinema. You can't see the movie. Guess what I'm watching." It would have been amazing.
It would have been a freaking inverted version of your black ice cream that you had one time.
Black ice cream.
This was amazing.
And it was lemon too. There's a reason he has a sour personality. He consumes nothing but lemon.
Yeah,
it was black lemon.
Yeah, but besides my mystery movie that nobody knew until now that I saw yesterday, I also had the movie started at like 11:30 with commercials and everything. Movie proper started at 11:30, I assume. And of course I had my single popcorn menu, which is like this box of popcorn and a liter of Coke. And so when I came out, and I actually made a good way through both of them. I mean, I finished more or less both of them. But when I made it out of the cinema... So for everybody who has ever been drunk and had this like, no feeling, I had this with popcorn and Coke. I did
I'm so sorry.
I kept it all in, but I was at the train station like, oh shit, I'm feeling sick from popcorn and Coke. I'm so bad an adult.
I feel
like...
Oh
shit, I'm feeling sick from popcorn and Coke.
Wait, pause for a moment. Dan, was that your German?
No, that was just...
me.
Okay.
I mean, maybe it was. I wasn't thinking about it.
That was wonderful. No, that just makes me think of when I accidentally drank too much at that one night at Eurofurence, and on the train ride home, Max was worried I was going to throw up on the train.
Yeah, but you were actually like proper alcohol.
I know, but it's still, look, I could just say I can relate to the sick feeling on a moving object.
Yeah. But no, it was actually on my way to the station. While I was waiting for the train, it actually cooled down, and when I was getting on the train, everything was already cool again. But
you're still moving.
Yeah, but
all the popcorn finished dissolving.
So was that everything in your week?
As I said, it basically nothing happened when my
that's
popcorn.
That's so entertaining, though. That's a lot happened.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, he just animated and ate.
I ate. I did the basic function required to survive.
I am human.
I mean, admittedly, as a regular guest, you would probably have a hard time, Dan. Like, hey, Dan, what happened in the past 3 months since you have been here last? Yeah, I was at home.
I had some noodles.
And this one day, I went out for pizza.
Oh my god. But no, let's see. What happened in the week of Key, the interesting life of Arietta Key.
Saves the segment, Key. Proof that 3 nerds can have things going on in their life.
Interesting.
Oh, wait, I can say something.
Haha.
It's a continuation from something from last week, friendos.
More gym stories?
No, it's not. Okay. Actually, there was no gym stories besides the fact that I went to the gym yesterday. I went to the gym more this week than last week, but I went to the gym yesterday, and after doing deadlifts, I felt really sick. But no,
Hey, that was already my story.
Was it because you had too much popcorn and Coke while you were working out?
Yes. I was like, what is the proper pre-workout requisite? This nice sushi, some chicken? No, fucking popcorn and Coke. No. No. The continuation from last week is, I said last week that I am now involved in a secret animation collaboration, and they announced the public list recently.
So you are now allowed to talk about it. And
yes,
I am now in the shitty situation where I have to try to find any images going along with your story. But please continue.
Well, hold on, I could just link you the Twitter.
Haha!
Wait, so how does this connect to you feeling sick at the gym?
I will get to me being sick at the gym later, okay?
I'm also curious how this transitions.
I was at the gym, and I ate too much popcorn and drank too much Coke, and I was feeling sick, and I'm part of this animation collab.
I would make the best story time YouTuber. I would just jump from topic to topic with no connection. It's the pinned tweet. But yeah, so the first thing this week that happened, because I think they announced it early this week, I am one of the 40 animators on the Ninja Sex Party collab project, where we're animating the song "Danny, Don't You Know."
Wow,
and
that's so cool.
Yeah, this is a huge collab, 40 animators, and we have some pretty big people. We have like KLN, who recently animated the Kraken music video that's on the official NSP channel.
I will not look up an example for everybody you are going to list now. Please continue.
I know. That's why I'm stating some of my favorites. There's Greg Zilla, who's animated for Big Bad Bosses and did the Angel music video for that. Shuachu, who's done a lot of Game Grumps animated. There's a lot of people here who were on Animated Grump and all this stuff. I'm super honored to be in the presence of these people, and I got done with my storyboard for my segment yesterday, and everyone liked it, and we're just waiting till next week when everyone gets their boards done, and then we start the animation, and it's going to be so much fun. And if you don't see me for months on end doing any content, I'm not being lazy. I'm working on that because it's Danny, and Danny takes precedence over everything and everyone I love.
Oh my goodness.
It's hard but fair.
That is going to be the quote on I mean, look at this, man. And
then you threw up mid-deadlift. Oh.
Okay. I guess we want to hear about me being sick at the gym story. This was yesterday. Okay. I'll talk about what else happened my week after this, because so yesterday, it was a relatively normal day. It was Saturday, and I had my first Cosmic Creativity stream on Twitch Keyframe Productions, and it went well. It was nice. My Flash glitched, and I had to restart a bunch of stuff. That was great.
I'm making up for not finding a Buff Cora image last week, so here's one now.
There it is.
Buff Cora. So imagine Keyframe is the left person and the right girl is Golden Fox, I guess. Continue.
Why do you have to upsurf every story? I don't do that with you.
You should. It would be awkward.
But anyway, no. So I was just like, yay, time to go to the gym. And usually I'm at the gym for like an hour and a half doing strength training, weightlifting, all this stuff. I am fit. And
true beast.
I am beast. I crush enemies like Sphero-Zig between thighs. But like, I don't know. I was done doing the abdominal stuff, and I was like, I feel weird. And then I went to do my arm stuff and do the deadlifting, and I had the weights, and I did 20 deadlifts, and when I put the weights down and I stood up, I was like, if I do one more of these, I am going to vomit. So I was like, I kind of just pushed the weight over back to where the other weights were, because I ain't lifting up that shit. And I just went to Taylor, who's still on the treadmill, being like, can we just go? I ain't feeling too good. So we were there for 45 minutes, so we still did a significant workout.
Mrs. Kichi, I don't feel so good.
So good. But no, then we went to, I guess I'll just go to my meeting. Everything else that happened this week was me working and being productive, unlike other people.
Disgusting. This would never happen to me.
Yeah, so disgusting that I manage the work on your videos.
Yes, you sound like a proper adult person who actually does something with their life. I'm very disappointed.
On a weekend? How dare.
I know, it's almost like people depend on me. But no,
not on Saturdays.
This could not happen to us, Dan, could it?
But no, we went to, Taylor, and our friend Ryan went to a restaurant because we were going to go see Wreck-It Ralph 2. Totally unrelated. But and then the string of bad luck just continues. So they bring out our food. I could see that Ryan and Taylor's food are all steaming and nice, and I have a plate of spaghetti and meatballs.
Wait, is this while you're watching the movie?
No, this is before the movie.
Okay.
I grab a meatball and I'm gonna take a bite. I'm like, maybe some food will make me feel better. I didn't really eat a lot before I went to work out. I had sushi, but I've learned that sushi is not enough. And I took a bite. It was ice cold.
Oh.
And if you've ever tasted ice cold beef, it ain't fun. And I was just
Why?
And then I had to wait like 10 minutes for them to go and bring the bowl back, and they'll be like, "Well, we'll bring you out some another serving, a hot serving soon." Wait 15 minutes. They're like, "Hey, would you like some soup?" And I'm like,
"Oh man,
sure."
It was their last frozen spaghetti.
So they brought me soup. At least they brought me soup. And then this is like totaling up to a half hour. Ryan and Taylor are done with their food. I finally get my spaghetti, and I already had soup, and people know that I don't eat a lot of food anyway. So I had like 3 meatballs and a little bit of the spaghetti. I was like, I'm full. And then Ryan and Taylor just made fun of me about that. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't want to throw up.
Again.
And you had soup.
Yeah, so we did that, took care of all that, paid for their dessert. Grateful little. And then we went to go see Wreck-It Ralph 2. And this is my media. And let me just say, this did bring up my mood, despite the fact that I couldn't go get a slushie because the line at the concession stand was fucking monumentally long, ridiculously long. I don't know how many people are going to the movies today, but there wasn't a full theater for Wreck-It Ralph 2. So I'm either assuming all these people went to Crimes of Grimwald or Goosebumps 2.
What? Wait, there's a second Goosebumps movie?
I know, right? I was just as shocked as you are.
Forget Wreck-It Ralph. Let's go watch Goosebumps 2.
I've been waiting for years for the sequel.
Is Jack Black in it again?
Yes, Jack Black.
As R.L. Stein?
Yes.
I haven't even seen the first one.
Let's go watch it. Let's skip the podcast. Go watch Goosebumps. But no, Wreck-It Ralph 2. Ralph Breaks the Internet. So the most important part is the trailers that came before the movie.
You give me spoiler warnings when there are any.
Yeah, so
yes, I don't want to get spoiled. I haven't seen it.
I'm going to be fairly vague. I'm not going to say plot points about this movie or anything. Everything that I say is going to be vague. But the trailers before the movie were just as interesting. So we had a trailer for the Lego Movie 2. Mm-hmm. So fucking hyped for that movie. I am so happy that Chris Pratt plays plays both Emmett and the Rex Dangerfest guy.
What?
What? What do you mean what?
Nah, I'm just going. Whoa.
Yeah, but it's like, but it makes me. I just like looking at those two because it really is like, Emmett is Parks and Recreation or which one was Chris Pratt on? Parks and Rec or Community?
Yeah, that's the one. Parks and Rec.
Yeah, you have Parks and Rec's Chris Pratt, the one that has the meme face of and then you have Star-Lord. Mm-hmm. But that's good. We had 2 trailers for Toy Story 4.
Whoa.
I don't know why we had 2, but
Toy Story.
That's the one where Woody dies.
Like there was one that was the weird teaser with the spoon that was made out with pipe cleaners on it. That was like, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm a toy. Which, just saying, that brings up so many dark questions about the Toy Story universe.
If anything is a toy.
Like, if you do an arts and crafts and make a little doll...
It's alive! It's alive!
We're all inadvertent Frankensteins in our elementary school art classes. And they are they have an identity crisis. We're awful people. And then the second one was Since
I haven't seen sorry for interrupting, but since I haven't seen a trailer for Toy Story 4 yet, and so far all I can think about Toy Story 4 is like, the most unnecessary movie in existence due to the fact that 3 ended so perfectly. Does the trailer, without saying anything about the content, does the trailer for Toy Story 4 justify its existence at all? Is there anything in this trailer that lets you go like, they actually...
Okay. Let me just say, the first teaser with the spoon doesn't, except for those really dark questions. But the second one has something wonderful in it. Because they brought back, if you guys know any comedians, there's these 2 comedians called Jordan Peele and Keegan-Michael Key and Peele, who were like big on Mad TV, and then they had their own show and all this stuff. And they used to have a segment where they were 2 car valets and they would just ad-lib to each other. Funny as shit. And now they're carnival toys. And they're ad-libbing to each other. And they're and they forgot what Buzz Lightyear's catchphrase is. So they say like, to infinity and your mom.
Oh boy.
This wasn't an official trailer.
Now that's quality writing.
Oh, but I'm just saying, that was the funniest dash.
But okay, but the story.
The
story.
So far, the 2 teasers have not said what the story is. They've given an official press release for what the plot is going to be. But I don't know how people feel about that, even though it's an official press release, so I'm not going to say it.
Fair,
but
but
you can look up what the press release is, and I will say, knowing what it is, I can kind of see it being a movie in the fact that it is the only loose end that I can imagine them tying.
Okay.
Though I don't know if it's necessary, but I would like to see it happen. It's a conundrum. It involves a character that wasn't in Toy Story 3. But was in the previous movies.
It is Pixar. I mean, the quota of Pixar really screwing up is very, very low. I mean, we have Cars 2 and maybe...
Cars 3 was good.
That's what I heard, actually, yes. And, wasn't Brave also Pixar? But then again, was it really bad or just underwhelming because false advertisement?
It was bad.
Well, okay, Pixar is not perfect, but still.
But yes. So that was Toy Story 4. They had that. They had Secret Lives of Pets 2, which that's an unnecessary movie that shouldn't exist.
The first one was unnecessary.
I could just watch pet movies. I could just watch pet videos on the internet. And then there was this one trailer. I have no idea what the fuck happened in it because the screen went crazy and it was shaking throughout the entire thing.
Michael Bay movie.
Paranormal Activity.
I don't know. All I know is that John Oliver plays a main character in it.
Last week.
John Oliver is actually the voice of the zoo, so it's probably Lion King IRL.
Toy Story 4.
But yeah, so besides that, we get to Wreck-It Ralph, which didn't have a short before the movie, and that is one of that's just disappointing. I'm just saying we've been spoiled. We've been
just
spoiled.
Walk out. Just walk out of the theater.
But they did have they had the directors FaceTiming the audience, being like, "Thank you for watching Wreck-It Ralph 2." Okay.
Wreck-It Ralph 2 is just Disney, no Pixar, right?
It is just Disney.
But
anyways, Wreck-It Ralph 2 exceeded my expectations, and it also subverted my expectations because everything that I thought would happen didn't, in the fact of certain Disney tropes that you expect don't happen. And I'm so fucking happy about that because some of them are so oversaturated, like twist villains and stuff like that. And it's a really, and I would say this movie doesn't have a better story than the first movie. but it's more entertaining than the first movie. I don't know. Like, some people may view this as kind of like Guardians 2, where it's entertaining, but it doesn't have as much substance, kind of like that. But I liked it. There was organic character growth.
Okay. Sounds
but
good.
Then,
Sounds good. Probably another one I have to watch when it comes out.
So, yeah. But, like, you know, Ralph and Vanellope go into the internet. And Wonder Woman plays a girl in an online racing game, and there's all this stuff. But the thing I wanted to point out, that's not a spoiler, but I will say because this guy is not in the trailers, but he's an inconsequential character. There is a character in this movie, voiced by a German YouTuber, who looks exactly like Max, and it's terrifying.
Oh my god, he's in Wreck-It Ralph!
And he works as an algorithm. He's an IT guy.
This really sounds like me.
I know.
I am in Wreck-It Ralph too, even without being in it. And you know what, guys? You better deal with it. Shit, no, I missed it again.
And like his thing is just like his whole job is trying to find videos that will become trending, and he looks so done with this shit. And he's like, and he's just like, let's see, there's cooking videos, unboxing, goat things are back. And I think they were making a slight towards children-oriented YouTubers and like YouTube Kids and stuff, because they were like, ugh, bee puns. And it's this really crudely looks like MS Paint animated thing, kind of like the children animation videos that get like 1.5 billion views on YouTube. But it was so funny, and it did the one thing I was fearing it was going to do, and make actual online applications the focus of the movie. But it wasn't.
Emoji.
Yeah, exactly. But no, everything was either just a backdrop, a joke, or it was something relating to the plot, like eBay. It was only in like the first 15 minutes to establish something. But it really still is focused on the characters. There was a couple characters I wish were more in the movie, but overall, I really liked it, and it didn't retread the first movie's plot, which is what I fear with every sequel of an animated movie. But my favorite thing is that the one to explain what the internet is to Ralph is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh my goodness.
And then
say no more.
But the thing is, I just wish they would say, Sonic, why do you know so much about the internet? I just do, Ralph. I just do.
Does he say that?
No, he doesn't, but I wish he did.
Oh.
But no, he gives a very expansive thing about what the internet is. And I was like,
should have given him the 1,000-yard stare.
The internet is, but and yes, the Disney princesses are not in the movie as much as the marketing makes it out to be, and that is the best thing possible. But yeah, so go see Wreck-It Ralph 2. It is good, and there's one other thing. I'm just gonna say this because we were talking about Brave, and they kind of made a jab at Merida in the movie, and I want to think that it's because Brave basically stole the Oscar from Wreck-It Ralph when they were both nominated for an Oscar at the same time. But Merida was the one that they kind of just shat on in that movie.
Damn.
Because they were like, she's from the other studio.
Oof.
When you watch the scene, you'll kind of get the vibe.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. I'm very happy I went to go see this movie and stay till after the end credits.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, what's going on with Kirby? I also got notifications on Twitter now here as well. Play Kirby.
Maybe
Keyframe,
they're just saying Kirby.
Keyframe. So what did you do again?
During my live stream on Saturday,
you told people to tell me to play Kirby.
No, well, the thing was they were asking me like, what consoles did you have? Like, what's your favorite games? And I talked about, I like Punch-Out and Kirby. And then I was like, oh yeah, ANY is a Nintendo boy, but he never played Kirby in his life. And everyone was like, what? Blasphemy! And I was like, I know,
it is
right?
out. Anyways, let's not continue talking about my shortcomings. Dan,
Yeah, Dan,
Yes.
What
medias?
Yeah, if and what media have you brought for us to?
What do you have for show and tell?
Various medias.
Ooh, various. My
Well,
goodness.
last I think maybe like 2 weeks ago, I finally got a Nintendo Switch. So I've been catching up on games, namely, I always almost say Bravely Default, but I mean Octopath Traveler.
Oh, what's it
So
about?
if any of you guys have played that, it's very pretty. It's like this tilt-shifted, pixely JRPG, and I just love me a JRPG. So just last night, actually, I finished just like the story for all the characters.
Wait, no, that?
I mean, not all the characters. All the characters in my party, and I think I'm just gonna call it at that.
Why is it showing us
The win-
other movie? Ah.
The Nintendo Swatch.
Undertale.
Why is it showing? Why is it
Oh,
showing
yeah.
me? Why is it showing me
Undertale.
everything? But no, this is an honest trailer.
I've
Why
been
is
playing the Switch like crazy on the can and tweeting. Exactly.
I mean, you were playing the awesome JRPG known as Undertale.
Uh-huh. So
Okay, here we are.
that's kind of just what I've been playing, and I just sort of I think I'm done with it at this point.
You overplayed it already?
I mean, it's not really. I think I've played enough. I haven't completely finished it, and I have no interest in completely finishing it.
Well, like,
Okay.
what is the point and end goal of the game?
So there's 8 characters, and each of them have their little campaign. It's like a 3-part chapter, like a 3-chapter story for each character, and you just go around the world, and you go and like visit each chapter, and it's kind of like 8 tiny JRPGs within one big one. And what I was hoping for was something that would tie all of them together to make it actually worth playing all of them, but really it's just 8 really shallow, not super great stories, at least in my opinion.
Oh yes, this actually
So-
remembers me. The Warp Zone had a video about it.
Did they? I think
Disconnected and unrelated as the story passes are. Like it's about here's a dying father, and basically having the other characters just standing right next to the scene
Yeah,
instead of
exactly.
interacting with it at all.
there's barely any interaction between all the characters. You sometimes just get like little conversations that pop
Yeah.
up where the characters in your party talk to each other, but it's very like
So basically, what made
all separated.
what was so fun in the Mass Effect games with the elevator scenes, but nothing of that.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
no like. I mean, I think for me the appeal of like a JRPG party is to have like a cast that romps around together and they interact with each other, and that's how they develop. But this was sort of just each character gets their little short story, and none of the other characters really matter in that story.
Okay.
But
But yeah, I recommend the Warp Zone video. I will link it down below. So
I mean,
if
like,
you
it's a
haven't
very pretty game.
It is a very pretty game.
It is. I
and
mean, it even does a little bit of
plays
3D.
very well. It's a very fun like take on the JRPG
But the
formula. But
Storytelling could have used a little bit of polishing, I take it.
I like JRPGs for the big convoluted plots, and this was
Too
a
subtle.
lot of nothing.
Oh, so it's like Harvest Moon, but without any charm.
I mean, it's charming. Not all the stories are shallow. How dare you? I mean, I wouldn't say they're all shallow, but they're all.
You're shallow.
They're all self-contained and kind of small, and they're sweet stories. But I just want more. I just wanted more Enigma Prince.
I want more
And the
substance.
The music was really good. The art is really good. The game plays amazingly. The job system and all the the nitty-gritty systems and mechanics are a lot of fun. But I just wanted more of the story.
So,
Hard
to
but
someone
fair.
who wants to just do who just wants to do a casual kind of JRPG may have a better experience.
I mean, it's kind of.
Or do you have to invest a lot of time into these stories?
Not into the stories, but you can invest a lot of time into just like crafting your perfect party. A lot of the fun, I think, in this game comes from the mechanics, and the story is just in the background.
Yeah.
At least
well,
that's my take. That's how I walked away from it. Feel.
That's his hashtag hot take.
That's my hashtag take from a game that came out mid last year.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, it came out mid this year.
But yeah, you mentioned even more media.
Oh.
Or do you? No, it just sounded like you had more than the one.
You said various media.
Yes.
Various medias.
Other games you played?
You don't have to pull anything out of your head if.
I watched Chicago, the movie.
Oh, tell us your opinion on Chicago, the movie.
So the reason I watched Chicago is last weekend, I went with my girlfriend and we watched the stage play of Chicago.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen the movie. So it's just been nonstop Chicago the past week or so. And she's just been badgering me to watch Chicago. So we had like a dinner date and watched Chicago. And it was great. I liked it. I don't know what to say. It's a good movie. it's like a 10-year-old movie. It has Richard Gere in it back when Richard Gere was still in movies. Remember how he stopped being in all movies? This was the last movie he was in.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Chicago is a musical.
It is a musical.
Did he die or did he just stop being in movies?
Actually, I think the reason is he's a very devout Tibetan Buddhist. And a lot of movies have like support from the Chinese side of showbiz.
Oh, okay.
So because like the Tibetan Buddhists are kind of at odds with the Chinese don't like want Richard Gere in movies, and so he just sort of dropped off the face of Hollywood.
So is this just conspiracy theory speculation, or have you actually?
I think.
No, I'm looking it up. He is his interest in Buddhism began in his 20s, and he studied Zen Buddhism under a pretty prevalent
but he's like
teacher.
I hear Richard Gere is good pals with the Dalai Lama.
Yeah, he's an active supporter of the Dalai Lama. And he is permanently banned from entering the People's Republic of China.
Yeah, the Chinese hate Richard Gere, so he's not allowed in movies anymore.
In 1993, Gere was banned from being an Academy Award presenter after he denounced the Chinese government.
But I'm kind of now I'm really fascinated by this fact I was not aware that the Chinese had such an iron grip on Hollywood that they can basically get somebody out of movies.
So basically, if a studio is thinking of getting Richard Gere, the Chinese will be like, "Well, if you want to have Richard Gere on, we're out, and all of our money is out. So you make the decision."
You have to remember, China is one of the most lucrative places besides America for box office. That's why if a movie gets banned in China, that's why you see headlines about it. Yep. That's why Pacific Rim, it got to be able to have a sequel because it made so much money in China.
And no one wanted the second one.
Pacific Rim 2.
Oh yeah. All right. So.
Yeah.
Third media. I played a Haunted Island, Frog Detective, which is a wonderful little game.
I'm intrigued.
Which is about an hour long.
I wonder who gave you that idea.
Look how great this. No, I played it before the video came out.
What is with the sloth?
I love good frogs.
Good. The frogs are good boys.
So, I was told that this game was coming out, and it came out over Thanksgiving, so I couldn't play it right away. So I played it, I think I played on Friday? Whenever my last stream was. So, it's a really short, cute game. It's just about these little animal characters on an island, and you're solving a little mystery. And it's very simple, but a lot of the charm comes from the characters and the dialogue.
Wow,
and it's only $5, but it's a very short game.
The frog,
and Richard Gere is not in this game.
The frog is really identifying with his role as a detective, isn't he? I mean, the koala is still a koala, but the frog is a detective.
He's wearing pants.
Well, let's hope.
Is that boy? Yeah, there he is.
Oh shit! What up?
Is this the Jesse video?
Yes, it is the Jesse video.
The koala hurts me.
Why? He's so cute.
his. That's what you
so
call
sad.
cute?
He's sad.
He has like mannequin eyes, and I don't like it.
All the
Okay,
characters are precious
everybody
here.
go to Keyframe's Twitter and demand from her to play this game on a stream.
Play Frog Detective.
Hashtag play Frog Detective. At Cosmic something at I don't know.
At Cosmic Keyframe.
Thank you for
Yeah, but sure. So that's what has been happening in the media life of Dan.
Yes.
I wrapped up my relationship with Octopath. I've played Frog Detective, and I watched
Chicago.
Richard Gere's last feature film.
Richard.
Well, okay. So
I think he's
now
still in like indie movies and stuff. Go find Richard Gere. It's like a scavenger hunt.
We need a frog
Where in the
detective.
world is Richard Gere?
Exactly.
In parentheses, not in China.
Not in China. He's banned.
But ANY, what is your mystery movie?
You mean the popcorn coke sickening movie I just watched last night across the midnights?
Yes.
It is Peppermint.
What is that?
Probably nobody heard about this, right?
I heard about the movie, but it's not showing anywhere where I live.
Yeah, because it also has barely any screenings on my end. Let me see in which week we actually are.
The system failed.
Is this a German indie film?
No,
it's Jennifer Garner. So.
Yeah.
And it's from the director of Taken.
And it's god, it's the first week of screening, and it has only like 1 or 2 screenings in the evening. Period in the big cinema we have. For comparison, Grindelwald is in its 3rd week and has one. Okay, let's see tomorrow, Monday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, including IMAX. This one only has 2 per day. 1 to 2 per day. Yes. So this movie, just to give the no spoilers, but to give the setup. Yeah, the setup is basically we have this lady by Jennifer Garner who has her little girl and her husband killed by drug lords. Mm-hmm. Then because the entire system is corrupt, where the tagline comes from, so from police over lawyer to judge, all of them corrupt. Even the hitman from this drug cartel get out of jail free. And she basically does a Batman, or in this place, she does a Bruce Wayne and disappears from the face of the earth for a few years, does intense training, and then 5 years later, on the day of the murder, she returns. It's literally the anniversary.
This man makes the same movie over and over again.
and from there, she basically goes John Wick on their asses. I mean, she has an entire drug cartel, and she slaughters her way all the way through it. However, to stay with the comparison, it doesn't have this kind of fantasy aspect John Wick does with this secret society of killers with their coins and their hotels and everything. So she is really just one has-been mom who now goes on a killing spree. But she also, as you see with the wings and everything, she has a little bit of an angel theme going on. They're like not fantasy angel, but like she's a good person by heart, but she's on a killing spree. And the action is not as over the top John Wick, but it's still nice, juicy action. Where her first big action scene is basically she goes into a money laundering business with one pump gun, and nice, really has a nice back and forth surrounded by guys jumping out of windows, all the good juicy stuff. So it's a nice mixture between over the top but still subtleness. So she bleeds, so she is not an indefeatable superwoman. I'm by now I feel bad about recommending movies because I'm off so much recently. I mean, I recommended Grindelwald.
And what was that about?
It's the Fantastic Beasts movie, the sequel.
Oh.
Yes, and I this was 2 weeks ago or something, and I was in the cinema, and I came out and was like, great movie, Harry Potter fan has to watch it. And then the reviews of other people trickled in, and I watched them, and I was like, shit, they are right. Oh my god, this movie is a disconnected mess. Oh my god, where's my critical thinking? How could I enjoy this? I heard this. Did I say this last week already? I don't know. Jenny Nicholson, YouTuber, 300,000 subscribers, whatnot. Jenny Nicholson actually total Potterhead. She's such a Potterhead that she got to go to a pre-screening in the morning before the official release, and she described people leaving during the final battle. They left during the climax of the movie. And this was a cinema full of Potterheads because they all, like, only the fans of the super fans are there, and some of them left. And it's like, wow. Yes, and I'm like, shit, I recommended this movie. And the problem is not like that because the public opinion was different, and I was like, oh no, I want to be hip with the kids. No, by reflecting on the movie, I was like, yeah, Joanne K. Rowling actually sucks as a screenwriter. All those complaints are true. And so I'm having a hard time recommending this movie, but I had a good time, and I would say, hey, it's a nice popcorn action flick. I mean, there is not much to expect from it. Toned down John Wick. It's not a puppy this time, but husband and baby girl, so it's a little bit...
You want to see Jennifer
so the
Garner?
stakes aren't as high.
I want to say something about our good old friend, the director of Taken. Because his main bread and butter are action films like District 13 and Taxi and this kind of stuff. Apparently, there's one exception. Apparently, he worked on a live action Asterix and Obelix movie.
Whoa.
You know, like Asterix, the comic book?
Yes.
He worked on, apparently there is a movie called Asterix and Obelix, Mission Cleopatra, a 2002 French comedy film, and he worked on it.
Gerard Depardieu, I take it, as Obelix.
Yep. He, from the director of Taken.
Oh, this came out in 2002.
And Peppermint. You got Asterix and Obelix. Mission Cleopatra. And in this case, Asterix is played by Sam Neill, obviously.
Yes, but
once again, since I am not praising this one to high heaven, it's a fun, nice action flick with Jennifer Garner. I would say does a decent job. I mean, she is no Keanu Reeves, so she doesn't have the action hero face. She comes off as a bit more of a natural person, like a mom that could actually go on a killing spree. So that makes her kind of more scary. Because she is more realistic as it goes when a single mom guns down an entire drug cartel.
I believe. I'll keep this in mind.
Yeah.
I too enjoy a good popcorn muncher.
Yes. So please then watch it and then tell me what you thought about it. If I'm completely lost, if I have finally lost any critical thinking, or if there's still hope for me. I mean, what was it? I praised Grindelwald. I hated on Dragon Prince, which the internet loved. I did not see the obviousness in Incredibles 2 for the plot twist. So
who are you, man?
I know. I used to do analysis videos.
But can I just say,
sure.
If you want to see a fun action movie full of cool things, don't watch Peppermint.
Wow, fuck you.
No, watch the Crank movies.
Okay, Crank is amazing.
Watch the Crank movies.
I love Crank.
From the director of Crank.
Oh no, what comes now?
Comes Asterix and Obelix.
Mom/Dad. I was thinking about not doing Wreck-It Ralph 2 because I watched Mom/Dad the other day. Oh my god, this movie.
Dad.
It's a Nicolas Cage movie. And it's about
alive?
this. You thought Nicolas Cage died?
No, I did not.
No, it's basically this weird frequency for some reason appears, and it makes parents want to kill specifically their children.
Oh, I heard about this.
What?
What's this?
And so Nicolas Cage is trying to kill his 2 kids.
I totally forgot about this. I want to watch this.
It's great. I love it. And
oh my god.
And it's from the director of Crank, so whenever there's a fight scene, you hear the same sound effects that he used in Crank. Yeah, this is before he gets murderous.
Pre-murderous Nick Cage.
World.
And this is like the happening that it's something just affects people for no reason.
Yes, and they don't want to kill other people's kids. They just want to kill their own.
Okay, this actually sounds amazing, especially with Nick Cage. Why is this?
Yeah.
I remember people that saw it at like the film festival that it premiered at were like, "This is so good! You have to watch this when it comes out."
How I found out about this movie was Jesse and Krendor on the Cox and Krendor podcast reading the reviews for this movie.
When did this come out?
The movie festivals it came out I think last year. It just started coming out in main theaters and I think on DVD or something. But I think that was the best quote that someone put. This is an advertising point. It is like Home Alone on bath salts.
Oh my god, with Nick Cage
and
Selma Blair.
It is. You want to hear Nicolas Cage shout about anal beads? This is the movie for you.
Yes, he was made for anal beads. He was made to scream.
Oh yeah, this is a great movie. What the fuck? I need to watch this.
Let's dude, I want to watch this. I want to watch this movie with you because I need to see your reaction. We need to plan a time to see this movie. We need to find it and watch it together, man.
I didn't know I need this in my life, but now I do.
But anyway, it is time for the question time.
Oh boy, it is.
And I just want to say, yes. I'm very proud of Unirob because he's the one who made our theme song for this podcast and the question time theme song. In the recent Tomska's vlog thing where he does his monthly vlogs, Unirob made a song to celebrate his book tour, and he used it throughout all the video.
Oh, this is amazing!
And yes, so Rob, we're proud of you, but we're not playing this. We're not playing the song because this podcast is already going longer than usual.
Oh, I have it ready.
But yes, so
fine.
Questions.
But before we go for questions, can you later send me a link to this Tomska video so
yes, I will do that. But I will do that. But Rob also put it in the Discord. So
this actually helps. Okay, I'm an idiot. I will check my own Discord then.
Anyways,
I have questions on Twitter.
Okay, so I'll read a Discord question first, then you can read Twitter. So
fine, be that way, baka.
Well, we're starting with an easy question from Denim. What was your favorite video game as a child? Obviously, A&Y's was Kirby.
Hashtag play Kirby.
Hashtag play Kirby.
For once, it's the other way around than it usually is. Normally, with those kind of questions, I'm having a hard time to remember anything or come up with anything. Now I have to select, actually. Okay, if anybody has an answer first, then please go.
I don't know. Define as... What was the question? As a child?
Okay, so I guess before puberty. So before 13.
Okay. Final Fantasy VII.
That's a good one.
I was deeply into that because I remember I was too young to understand how to play it, and it's slightly complicated for Babby's first video game to just play a JRPG. I remember watching my brother play it. And I would watch him play it more than actually play it myself. And I thought it was just the coolest thing.
I'm imagining a baby Dan in front of me.
It's still the coolest thing.
I'm imagining a baby Dan, like infant, barely can sit up on himself with a game controller, watching Aerith get stabbed.
Yes! Finally, a plot with stakes.
Takes out his binky like, mother, I am man. But let's see, what was mine? But yeah, mine is interesting because I didn't really get a console that was only mine until I was maybe 8 or 9. So I played a lot of PC games. However, I would say my favorite video games were arcade cabinet games because I used to play wonderful memory time. For once, positive memories with Keyframe about her childhood. Because I lived in Long Island, there's a lot of delis, a lot of pizzerias, a lot of that kind of stuff. And my dad would go to them and drag me along because you can't leave me in the house alone. Things will catch fire. But because of that, there was always an arcade cabinets there, and I would just bring my quarters and play them. And so, there was like Burger Time, Punch Out, that kind of stuff. So my favorite video game as a kid was Galaga. And it still is. If you don't know what Galaga is, that's the game where there's like the lines of no, that's Space Invaders. Mm-hmm. No, the Galaga is that you're constantly flying, and then there's the aliens, and they go pew, and then go up into the line. And I will say, I remember when I moved out of Long Island, I still had the high score in that specific cabinet.
Oh my God, we got a real Galaga pro in our midst.
I remember during when we were all at EQLA, we went to Dave & Buster's and they had a giant Galaga machine, and I fucking love that game, man. I was it makes me so happy. I don't know if it's just the sound effects or all that stuff, but it's just a happy game and there's no story. It's just shooting spaceships and it makes me feel good. But if I had to pick a console game, probably Super Mario Sunshine. That one is just it's nice, and yet it infuriates me, especially the stages that were probably just tests for Mario Galaxy's mechanics. Those can burn in hell. But yeah,
so a happy game.
Yeah, I like stuff that angers me. I'm a masochist.
It's a happy, sunny game, but still does not bring you as much joy as Galaga.
Yeah. Doesn't bring me as much joy as Galaga.
On my end, I have the feeling that it's something on the Super Nintendo, because I had a bunch of games on there that I played and also finished multiple times.
Donkey Kong Country.
Nah, actually not. Surprisingly enough, Jump and Run like Yoshi's Island. I loved it. I believe I finished.
Oh, Yoshi's Island is great.
I believe I never actually had all levels on 100 points. But I got very, very close, and then some reset happened or whatnot. But I got really close. I had all the extra levels unlocked. I had probably 95% of the levels on 100 points. And besides that, I just loved talking about JRPGs earlier. I loved Secret of Mana, or Seiken Densetsu 3, as the nerds would say. But yeah, Secret of Mana, I loved it. I played it so many times, but then something horrible happened. Terranigma came out, and Terranigma is basically all the good stuff of Secret of Mana, but better. Secret of Mana had, in hindsight, I can say, the big bad flaw that you needed to grind your levels without end. You needed to spend hours just shooting creeps to level up your spells, and in Terranigma you have a more natural leveling, and Terranigma made me cry at multiple points, and this is for a fucking Super Nintendo game pretty impressive. So even though it came later and therefore didn't get as many playthroughs as Secret of Mana when I was a little dumb school kid with too much time, but I still was for Terranigma, but I was a little bit older, whatever. I would say probably Terranigma is my favorite game, but historically Secret of Mana plays in my heart.
You know what's an interesting thing about Yoshi's Island? It's actually a really good game if you want to test out CRT TVs, because there's so many thick lines and everything. You could see if there's any blurriness because you have to adjust CRT TVs.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, Game Grumps recently started a playthrough of it, and Aaron said that's how he tests out CRT TVs when they're going to be playing those games. So yeah, if you want to know, that's a fun little fact. Also, Tetris Attack on the Super Nintendo is great. It's a lot better when you have friends.
Okay, I have on Twitter a double feature question. I mean, the second one is actually pretty short and we just need an answer for it. So I guess he gets both of them. So let's start with the second one first, because it's just basically a question. Given that we have husbandos and waifus, what term would you make for pets if none exists? Because I love the direwolf Ranga from the anime I mentioned, and Cosmos from Voltron.
Good boys.
Good boys or my son.
My son. Oh. Why do we associate all pets as a masculine term? I mean, my son.
It depends. It depends.
They are. But I mean, I could just say what everyone's favorite pet should be, which is the dog from Cowboy Bebop. But you know.
Einstein.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you want to know what you call pets, Einsteins. Yeah, my son. I love that dog.
Again, a male term, or at least a name that's mostly associated with a male.
We need to come up with a unisex term.
A unisex term for
my child.
Yeah, my child.
My child. But it's a pet. It's literally a pet. That's a different. How does husbando has husband in it? Okay, I have no clue why waifu is a word, but Japanese people probably can explain it.
Waifu, wife. Yeah, it sounds like wife.
Okay, so what is your pet? Pedu. Oh, this sounds wrong.
Pedo.
I know, this sounds wrong.
Immediate backtracking. Never mind.
We're rewinding.
Anyway.
Fluffo. I mean, this is a problem when your Fluffo is a lizard or a bird, but still, Fluffo.
Yeah, and then if it is one of the scalies, he's a blip, a blep.
Good thing.
Because lizards go blep.
So Atelier Brony, you have your answer. I hope you're satisfied. If not, you don't get your money back. And the main question that might actually give more substance: any new animes that you recently consumed that has recently consumed your soul. For him, it was that time I reincarnated as a slime. I can keep my end very. Yeah, that's an anime that recently came out. I can keep my end very short because no, the last anime I keep watching was My Hero Academia, and the season ended. So, yeah.
What about you, Dan? What Japanese animation do you partake in?
In recent history.
I too am a normie, and I've only seen My Hero Academia, but I haven't finished the current season.
Mm-hmm. Keyframe, have you watched any anime recently?
Hold on a second.
Boy, have you ever.
I mean, let me tell you about a great series called Bible Flack. No,
what is this? What is this? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Is this a Christian anime?
No. I say this whenever people talk about animes, and I wait for their reaction because that's how you know if they've seen it or not.
I know.
No, it is what we call a hentai. But yeah, no. An anime. Does Castlevania count as an anime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Golden Brett has binge watched all of Castlevania. It's actually the first Netflix series I've seen him straight up binge. I'm so proud. No, because the only way he gets exposed to Netflix shows is if I'm watching them, because I'm a trash mammal and I will binge watch every show because that's how he's seen Hilda. That's how he saw Gretsuko. That's how he saw part of shit. Hilda's so good. I can't wait for the second season next year. Yeet. But
Yeet.
Shut up. But no, Castlevania, really fucking good, and I can't wait for the next season because they've announced that there is going to be a next season. So that one's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's consumed my life though. There is one that has started to re-consume me. It spat me out, left me on the ground, and now it's dragging me back in.
It bored you once.
It bored me once, it bored me again.
Are we still on hentai?
Gone back in for
it's not a hentai, but it awakened many people to go watch hentai. Sailor Moon.
Oh.
Yeah. See.
Classic Sailor Moon or the reboot?
I've been watching both. I've been watching. My method that I've been doing is that I've been watching arcs from the original, and then I will watch the arcs parallels that are in the reboot to see how they're different, because the reboot is more closer to the manga than the original. So I want to see the differences.
So they actually do a retelling of the old stories.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
But like I wanted to see how it is and how what I grew up with is different than people who are like, oh, read the manga. But sadly, I don't know if it's my nostalgia goggles. I still like the original better. I don't know, and it's also the aesthetic, because I like the art style of Sailor Moon just fine, but the manga style, the characters are even more like gangly, weird anime creatures. So it's just, and the transformation sequences in the reboot are CGI.
No, I'm out.
It looks wrong. but yeah. So I've been rewatching that, and I reawakened the child in me, because Sailor Moon's so good and I love it so much, and Sailor Mercury is still the best.
You're ready for the void of Sailor Moon to vor you once again.
Yes, vor me, Sailor Daddy. I don't know.
Next question from Discord, please.
Everyone's favorite gateway hentai, Sailor Moon.
Yeah, that's how I remember it.
I mean, unless you're the other end of it is my hentai awakening was Full Metal Alchemist. I mean that. I looked at that guy's metal arm and was like, whoa, baby.
I mean, the snake girl kind of hid in the armor, so this kind of was some worry thing going on.
Yeah, but anyway, next question from Discord is from Enigma, who said, since it's December, what was your best Christmas gift? And what was the best Christmas gift that you've received? And what is your favorite Christmas tradition? You know what? Holiday related, wholesome. Let's say something wholesome after that thing about
Happy holidays.
My favorite Christmas gift was a yarmulke. No. No. I think my favorite Christmas gift was I mean, it's technically a Christmas gift because we got it in December. It was like an early present. It was one of my doggos.
Oh.
It was
Christmas.
Yeah, it was in December for when we started living in Indiana, and they drove me to a random place. I was like, oh, this is how I die. And no, they were like, here's this little beagle basset hound doggo named Josie, and I loved her, and she had 2 litters of puppies, and she was a good boy. She was a good boy.
Boy? Yeah, if you spell boy, B-O-I, then it's gender neutral.
Yeah, good. She was a good boy. The great story about that is that when we drove home, she was scared of driving because, well, what dog isn't? So she went under one of the seats, and we found out that she went under my dad's seat, and my dad's like a near 300-pound man, so she was like squished. It was no surprise that dog was fucking stupid. She probably lost oxygen to her brain.
Oh,
but
no.
She was a good boy, and she was a good mama, and I loved her so much. That was my favorite Christmas gift.
She got the big squish. Bad squish.
She got the bad squish by a big Italian ass.
Yeah, I actually have the opposite of a present, but therefore a nice tradition that I really like. Because we kind of started, I mean, I have 3 sisters and parents. Some people have parents, I know, right?
What are you talking about?
We did not come from random eggs that appeared somewhere in the landscape. No, and the thing is, we did the thing like with wish lists and with a big family, and then nephews and nieces got produced and stuff.
Produced.
So yeah, but with the entire present thing, it became very. When I was an edgy teenager, I was like, this present giving is so not cool. No, this is not literally how it happened, but. It actually happened that I went home one day and was like, hey guys, I would like to be out of this entire present thing. I don't want to give presents, I don't want to receive presents, I want to spend time with you as family on Christmas, but the entire present thing has something very uninspired, because we literally all have those written down lists, and we go through the list and are like, oh yeah, this is my budget, I get you that, and I get you that. This is so unpersonal, so un-Christmassy. Unless you really are very cynical and consider Christmas consumed, then no. But so I did this thing and was like, hey guys, I want out of the present thing. And over the years, my sisters were all like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's stop giving each other presents. You know what? Instead, let's us 4 siblings without any offsprings or partners or whatever, just us 4 siblings go and have a dinner together. And we do this for a decade now. For a decade, every year before Christmas, we 4 siblings, just the 4 of us, which is probably something we never did before. We started this tradition, like just us 4 going out for a nice dinner before Christmas. And then after a while, our parents were like, yeah, actually, you know what, guys? We at this point we just gave them year after year some kind of theater subscription where they could go to the theater, but it was also very unimaginative. It was a good present. They were thankful every time, but it was also like, what do you give parents at this age? Because they have everything. They have, But yeah, and then they were like, yeah, you know what? We wanna in on the tradition. So they didn't wanna hijack our sibling dinner, but what they did instead was like, yeah, let's do something as a big extended family. So for plenty of years we went with the siblings, the partners, the grandparents, the nieces and nephews, this entire blob, like 3 cars full of people. We went to an amusement park. But at some point we realized, like, yeah, that might be a little bit of overkill, especially with the age range. So the smallest ones are still in a trawler, and the oldest ones are like, we want adrenaline. Give me the roller coaster. So basically, we all came there together. Big group, like, family with the Christmas. And we entered the park and it was like, poof, into the different direction. So what we have been doing for the last few years is going to the circus together. Just as a big family, a lot less presents than Christmas stress, just but a together event, which is actually cool.
Tell me about the German circus.
Tell us about the German circus, Father.
No, it's just circus with acrobats and not funny clowns, the usual.
Oh.
And abused elephants.
Oh,
no, actually,
German elephants.
Not a lot of animals actually, but instead really more athletes. And,
abused humans.
Oh yes, that definitely.
Probably.
That definitely. But yeah, Dan, your favorite Christmas present and/or tradition?
Well, my family doesn't make a big deal out of Christmas, but
fair.
We do go out and get dinner sometime, like either a week before or a week after Christmas, just because that's when restaurants are open again. But I do have friends that are super into Christmas and mail like our circle of friends presents. So usually what we do is we all get into like a Skype conversation like this, and we just open all the presents.
Okay, that's actually pretty amazing.
Yeah, I enjoy my friends because I love Christmas and gift giving, and all my friends are like, Chrissy, don't, Chrissy. And then I'm like, Chrissy, yes.
So last Christmas, one of my friends has a parent that works doing engravings and stuff, like engraved mugs and flasks and all that stuff. So I got like a little custom mug that had just a drawing of our squad on it, and it was very cute. It's my favorite mug.
Oh, that's really nice. That's
Merry
really
Christmas.
nice. Oh, that's so wholesome.
This is far too wholesome. We need now a more fitting question for the.
Let's all go to the German circus together.
Was there one on Twitter?
Yeah,
I have more on Twitter.
I have one of the usual random questions by Jammer.
Okay.
Jammer asked, would you rather get slammed by Will Smith but nobody believes you, or not, but he says he did, so everybody thinks you did? Okay, I have to ask, slammed by? Shouldn't be slammed with?
Slammed by.
I think, I don't know if they mean slammed as in he fucking body checked you, or if you fucked him.
It's definitely the fucking.
Isn't there also the term like getting slammed with in the same sense of getting hammered with?
I don't know. No,
I mean
that's not a usual connotation. We usually would say get hammered, but like
because
one thing, I don't want to fuck Will Smith.
But at the same time, I don't want him to be the only one who knows.
I'm pretty sure I slept with this person.
But if it's like he's going to say that he did, I don't want every Scientologist in Hollywood to know.
Will Smith is Scientology?
I don't think he is, but he supports people who are. I don't know, but there's a lot of things around the Smith family and Scientology that's intriguing, but but no, it's like I don't want to fuck Will Smith. He's past the Fresh Prince phase, you know. He's in a movie now that that was the other movie trailer. He's a super spy that gets turned into a pigeon.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That is the whole movie.
I haven't been paying attention.
Oh yeah, I saw this trailer. This is a good one. No, but I mean yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if it's actually getting fucked by Will Smith.
Yes.
Oh no, you guys! I let you guys disappear. I'm sorry about that.
Will Smith has claimed us.
But it's like, I guess I'll go with I didn't, but he says, because so I get the street cred, but I didn't have to fuck Will Smith.
Yeah. You see that?
You want that street cred though? Or would that be a stain on your reputation?
If I would be a girl or gay, I probably would want the street cred more than I don't even know if. That's the problem.
Let's look up a picture of what Will Smith looks like now and see if we see how
he's still a cool dude. So
yeah, but now he kind of just looks like an okay looking dad, not so much like
he is.
Yes, slammed by that okay dad.
I wish there was a PO box and send Will Smith a shirt that says "Okay, Dad."
Okay, Dad.
It's like, okay, Dad. But I mean, I don't know. I guess I'll go with the street cred one. Unless it comes out and people are like, oh, Christine Bucola is a home wrecker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's married.
So you
that might cause legal issues.
So you would rather be an actual home wrecker but nobody knows?
I don't know. This is such a bad question. You lose either way.
I think I would go for the actual slamming, but no one will know. Only I'll know. I don't need to prove anything. I don't want people to know.
I mean,
I'll know.
Okay,
and that's all I need.
Okay, let me go it from this end, so I might just come to the same conclusion as Dan there. So if I have my first gay experience with an older guy, then I probably would have it rather Will Smith than some other older man. So
You think Will Smith has gay experience?
No, but I also don't have them. So if I had my
I don't know.
my gay virginity been taken by an older guy, this is specifically
I'm going to ask this question. Would you be top or bottom in this situation?
Well, it says slammed, so I think it implies that you're going to be bottom.
I want you to think about Will Smith being top for a second. Think about the stereotypes there, and think about the pain.
I think about it every single night. No, I'm kidding. But listen, my answer's out there.
Next question, please.
No. I just want to say, I imagine this with Dan. He comes home all disheveled, holding a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air box set in his hands. And his girlfriend's like, where were you tonight, honey?
You wouldn't believe it. Nobody does.
Exactly.
No one will believe you.
We'll all know.
But next question.
Yes, please.
I like how I got a Fresh Prince box set after the slamming.
Yeah, I just say I got.
It's like a little goodie bag.
Yeah, it's like the T-shirt. I got slammed by the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and all I got was this DVD set.
It's like when you're at the dentist when you're a kid, and it's like, okay, you can pick some because you did a good job. You can have something out of the little toy chest, but it's all just DVDs of Will Smith movies.
Oh my God! I just see Odie took an entire series of pictures from our earlier thing in the pre-show and put them all in the Discord. Oof.
That's great. Okay, so Jolly Wolfhead on Discord asks, so I finally been watching some She-Ra and developed a She-Ra-based fuck, marry, kill scenario for you guys. I'm so sorry, Dan. This is our fan base, but She-Ra, Catra, and Bo.
So are you up to date with She-Ra, Dan?
I'm not. I haven't watched any of it.
So you don't know who She-Ra is, you don't know who Catra is, and you don't know who Bo is.
Let me get you some pictures.
Yes, exactly.
I need more than it's not all about the pictures though. I need to know more.
Well, She-Ra She-Ra's a strong woman with a sword. Catra is an evil cat lady, and Bo is a very good boy.
No, but to get
with a Y, not an I.
To give context, because Catra, you cannot just what.
Dreaming Cayman's got the right idea.
You cannot
be underage.
Probably all of them aged up.
Yeah,
all of them are aged up. All of them are aged up in this
in this scenario where they're all aged
because
up.
Because otherwise we cannot do it at all. But here, before you judge Catra, look at this.
No.
I'm not. I'm not in.
Or look
I'm not in.
Shit, you're not a furry, are you? Shit.
No.
He's only into chickens.
And Will Smith.
Look at this.
Will Smith.
Actual screenshot from the show, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
this show looks so spicy.
This is She-Ra, by the way.
So yeah, how about, because they're underaged, how about kiss, marry, kill? We're not going to.
I also don't want to marry an underage girl. So can we just say aged up? Problem solved.
Fine, aged up. Okay. Yes. Kill Catra.
Oh, I knew that this was. Embers will hate you for that. You are aware of this.
No, I'm just gonna say. Look, Catra's fine, but out of all of them, I don't want to fuck her. And I don't want to marry her. So obviously she goes into the kill category.
Wait, who was the third option?
Bo. Let me give you Bo.
Bo is the only dude in this situation.
There we have Bo.
He's a cool archer boy.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can also go for the 80s version of Bo.
The ginger with the mustache.
Oh yes.
Oh my God, yes. That's the one.
That's the
Bo.
one. I have found my soulmate. His arrow's a heart.
I thought that was like a big heart-shaped orange chest hair.
No.
That's what that looked like.
Yes, he's like Zangief. But no, I would marry Bo and fuck She-Ra.
Oh wait, here we have all of them. So let's go here. So okay,
in
Bo.
order.
Here we have Catra, She-Ra, Bo. Okay, I obviously go for a different order. Obviously, She-Ra is kind of the good person to keep around, so I would marry her. I'm a fucking furry, so I would fuck Catra. And sorry, Bo, not gay. Not gay.
He's so nice.
I know he is nice, but he's too much.
What about the experience?
Yeah, the experience. It's Will Smith.
It's Will Smith as Bo.
Yeah, but I mean, first of all, I would not marry him, obviously, because if the experience is bad, then I'm stuck with a dude. So doesn't really work out. So this would basically mean that I still have to marry one of the other two, and I see that it's basically just Keyframe's scheme to get me to kill Catra. So no, I stay with fuck Catra, marry She-Ra, and kill Bo simply for the fact that sorry, no homo. Okay, Dan, your pick.
Dan, you'll have to base everything off of appearances.
I agree with that. I agree with your answer.
Fine.
Well, then let me just say, welcome to the furries.
I'm in.
You just committed to fucking the cat girl.
Podcast.
Listen, I already committed to fucking Will Smith.
It's true.
And no one to know about it.
Oh God. But so, okay. Let's do, since this was a question that really didn't invite Dan into this, I'm going to do one that will probably invite Dan and not invite Max.
Hashtag God blessed us with hot animals.
You mean with fluffos?
Yeah, with fluffos. No, I don't want to fuck fluffos because fluffos are just sweet, pure things.
Sweet animals.
Because that implies that you want to fuck the dog from Cowboy Bebop.
No. I mean, the examples that... Oh, no, yeah, that's the point. The examples Atelier earlier used in Twitter were also hopefully not fuckable. So...
Yeah, so here's one that Dan will probably have better answers for. And way to make this depressing, Enigma. What was your favorite SpongeBob line, episode, or meme that you still enjoy fondly since the creator has tragically passed on? Wow, way to make that depressing.
Like just favorite SpongeBob moment?
Yeah, there you go.
Jeez, there's probably like a million that I don't remember, but what comes to mind immediately is just the episode about Wormy, little friendly worm.
Oh, with the butterfly.
And then it turns into yeah, it just terrifies everyone.
That used to terrify me as a kid.
So funny.
I'm thinking. There's really a lot. The show is damn quotable.
Can I go? Because I only have one, and if anybody of you takes it, then I'm losing it. So
okay, you have one. Go ahead.
Because as Keyframe rightfully knows, I'm not really into SpongeBob, but what I know and which I actually find very applicable and likable. Menacingly.
Oh, I do like that one.
He's just standing there, menacing, and just shouting menacingly in different situations without the actual meme, but seeing people knowing it is just beautiful. I love it.
It's this show is so memeable. But my favorite moment. My favorite episode. It's from my favorite episode. It's called an episode called Doodle Bob. That episode just has a bunch of moments. It starts with an artist, iconic. Like live action artist in the middle of the ocean drawing, and he drops his pencil in the ocean, his only pencil. and whenever SpongeBob draws with the pencil, things come to life. So he drew himself, and it was just this doodle character.
Oh, yeah, I recall this.
Who only goes me hoy me noy. But my two favorite moments from the episode, which are just my two favorite moments in general, is that SpongeBob erases the character and he just lifts the pencil up and he's like, "I am SpongeBob, destroyer of evil!" And then Patrick's like, "Calm down, it's just a drawing." And I said,
Iconic episode.
I remembered that because Brett was really, really fucking happy when he defeated the dragon in Cuphead, and he was like, fuck you, yeah, I did it. And I was just, calm down, it's just a drawing. But my other favorite moment, which is so underappreciated, is that the pencil flies back up in the air and the artist has it, and he's like, my pencil! And he's about to draw and the pencil breaks. And it was I still laugh at that moment to this day. Oh, thank you, Steven Hillenberg, for making that exist.
There's Nosferatu flicking the light on and off.
Nosferatu. But let me just say this, because this was really sad. When me and Taylor were going to the gym, there's a billboard that is like one of those electronic billboards. And I looked up, and it had crying SpongeBob saying, "Bye-bye, Captain." And I was like,
oof.
Oh.
Why is this in Lancaster? Like, this was just depressing.
They love the SpongeBob over there.
Oh yeah, we have a very intense SpongeBob fandom here in Lancaster. But no, thank you for the question.
Dan has an answer, or?
What?
No, Dan answered.
Oh.
The butterfly.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Me hoy, me toy. But, okay, so I think we have time for one more question.
Oh boy.
Okay, from Enigma. Charlie will answer your question next week. Enigma asks, what would be one food from any video or show that you have seen that you would want to eat?
Has this been before or after my tweet earlier?
I don't know. Was it? But I guess let's go with fictional food.
Oh.
Fictional food.
Because let's face it, food looks a lot better in fiction than in real life.
I constantly think about the bacon and eggs from Howl's Moving Castle.
Studio Ghibli makes delicious looking food, man. If I had to think, I really just want to try one of those giant sandwiches that Shaggy and Scooby make, the ones that you have to hold like this. Mostly because I want to know, how do you squeeze that down and eat it? And would I die? Probably. But besides that, maybe... there's so... Okay, there is one fictional food that you can actually make in real life, because Binging with Babish did it. But I don't want to eat it simply because it sounds like the most disgusting thing, but morbidly I want to eat it. And it's called the Sloppy Jessica from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And it's...
I think I saw this episode.
It's 2 French bread pizzas stuffed with chili mac. So mac and cheese and chili as a sandwich.
Is this the one where he tries to eat it in the car?
No, that's Family Guy. But
oh, yeah, okay.
Sloppy Jessica's from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and it is just this giant sandwich that's filled with mac and cheese and chili, with pizza as the bread. And I'm like, oh, that looks disgusting. I want it.
Ooh, the Big Kahuna Burger. That's a good one.
Oh. What about you, Max? What is the fictional food you want to consume?
I have no clue. Again.
God, be creative for once in your life.
These are hard questions. I'm not a creative fellow.
Yeah, that's my problem. Okay, what food?
A Krabby Patty.
I mean, you wonder what that's made out of. That can't be beef.
It's underwater. It's sea beef.
It's sea cow. It's manatees.
I mean, I wasn't prepared for this question. I mean, there are enough shows where people eat food that does not exist in real life, which I probably would be interested in trying. Yeah. Now, if only I could come up with anything.
Freaking the butt fruit from Animal Crossing.
What?
There's peaches in Animal Crossing that just look like butts.
Oh, makes sense.
I don't know. I'm thinking of video games because I know that's more of your area. But there has to be. Do you want to eat the fish from the lava fish from Stardew Valley? That would probably be some interesting sashimi.
The star fruit from Stardew Valley.
Oh,
it tastes like your favorite thing.
Yeah, that sounds. It would be pretty
Constantly
awesome.
Tastes like lemon sorbet.
No, not even. That's the interesting thing. I would now figure out what my favorite thing is by eating it.
What if it's something disappointing?
What?
Then it wouldn't be your favorite thing.
I'm really into that. Oh.
I'm actually secretly into like I take a bite out of it. Wait, pineapple pizza? No.
This wouldn't happen since certain people know that you already had a pineapple pizza and you actually liked it, even though you deny it nowadays. So. Even if the starfruit would taste like it, you would still end up denying this.
I would say, oh, it's a dick, pepperoni pizza.
Whoa! Hello.
Well.
Dan, I have to ask you, what did that answer make you feel like? What did it make you feel? Did me say? God.
I'm just astounded.
I mean, you said something that starts with an A. I guess that works.
What?
We'll never get a guess to say it.
Nope, we will not.
Oh.
Huh?
Oh, it's so awkward.
Yes, it actually was. It actually was.
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The meme has seen on this live stream and talk about random crap. It's time for AWKWARDCast. It's the awkward. Random guests and funny gags. It's the AWKWARDCast. It's the awkward. Artists and analysis. You do not want to miss the AWKWARDCast. It's the awkward. It's the AWKWARDCast.